So what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video. Now, today I thought, do you know what? It's like -2 degrees outside, so why not clean the missus' car? So it's not -2, it is -1, so near enough. I'm absolutely crawling the walls inside. I don't know what to do with myself, so the weather's crap. It's not good enough to be working on cars. It's not raining yet. I think it probably will try. I don't know what to do with myself, so I thought, do you know what? I'll do something at least half productive. I'll give the missus' car a quick jet wash. I wouldn't be cleaning my own car in this weather because I normally spend quite a lot of time on it. I normally try and like give it a full wax, all that sort of stuff, whereas the missus' car, it is just a daily, it is just to get her back and forth to work. It just needs to be presentable enough so that the registration plate on the back isn't completely black and unreadable, so that she doesn't get pulled over, basically. So I thought, do you know what, I'll just give it a quick jet wash. Also, if you saw yesterday's video of poor man's coilovers, I don't know if you guys remember, but it used to be that you used to buy like Koni shock absorbers and whatever brand of lowering springs you wanted, and those shock absorbers would work with lowering springs. I believe they made their own eventually, Koni, but they did specialise in shock absorbers, and they used to be like the poor man's coilover. You know, they're about 400 quid for like a full set. You'd normally pay about 80 quid a corner or something for the shock absorbers, and you could get like full sets for like 240 quid, 260 quid, around that sort of ballpark, and then you could get a set of lowering springs for just over 100 quid. That used to be the move, you know, they were adjustable, four notches to adjust them, and that used to be the move. But nowadays it's more expensive to buy coilovers than what it is to do that. I should say, it's more expensive to do that than what it is to buy coilovers. So this is the next best thing. This is the cheaper thing that I'm doing on the EM1. You know, I've just tried and test fit the front springs onto the front shock absorbers, so the front eye-back springs for the Civic onto the DC2 shock absorbers. I'll show you that now. So I've just done a quick test fit of the eye-back springs on the DC2 shocks. As you can see, they fit rather well. That's the part number if you're curious. Or is it that one? I think it's that one, the top one. And then the rear springs, which I'll be fitting on the standard rear shocks as previously mentioned. These ones, and they are progressive springs as well, they aren't linear like the front OEM ones that I took off. I believe the rear OEM ones are linear, whereas the front standard ones are, the rear OEM ones are progressive, sorry. The front OEM ones are linear on the standard car. But yeah, they fit. So as you can see, that looks really, really well. I just need to make sure that the top hats are sort of clocked in the right way when I do come to mount them, and just undo the lower fork that sort of bolts onto the lower control arm on the Civic, and they should slot straight in and work brilliantly. The rear shocks, I'm going to have to dismantle those when I do fit the lowering springs. Basically, I'll have to take the shocks apart, put the lowering spring on, just like I have done with those DC2 shocks. But anyway, let's get into cleaning this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run around the entire car with the jet wash, and then I'll spray the wheels, spray all the areas that get the most road grime with something to try and break it up a little bit, break up the dirt, and then just give it another run over with the jet wash itself. So let's go for it. Now I just use this stuff for the outside of the car, nothing too fancy, but this is really good. It gets rid of the dirt and breaks up grime really, really well. One good thing is it's already cut through the crap that was on this headlight from doing that headlight restore hack that was going around on TikTok. I'm currently finding it difficult to dry because the roof's turning into ice as I'm drying it. I don't know if that picks up very well on the camera, but it doesn't even feel that cold, but that's ridiculous. Starting on the bonnet as well. Mental.